Good evening.
Hi.
Could you introduce yourself to the members of the jury?
Sure. Hi, my name is Tyler Hartman.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 13.
Where do you go to school?
At home. I'm actually homeschooled.
Have you ever been to a place, Tyler, called Rock World Amusement Park?
Sure. I've been going there ever since I was a little kid. It's my favorite place to be.
Do you remember if you ever went in the summer of 2012?
Definitely. I must have gone at least 3 times a week.
While you were there throughout that summer, did you ever get to know the park employees?
Yeah, I got to know Whit, Cameron. I even met the owner, JC Longstreet. He's pretty cool too.
I actually want to talk to you about those first two people that you mentioned, Whitney Bowman and Cameron Poole. How'd you know the defendant, Whitney Bowman?
Whit works at Rock World. She taught me everything I know about the roller coasters there, the control panels and stuff.
What ride would you usually see her operating?
The hamster wheel. It was my favorite.
I want to talk to you about that other person you mentioned, then, Cameron Poole. How'd you know him?
Cameron was Whit's friend.
What makes you say that the two of them were friends?
Well, Cameron came in the summertime, and I remember I would try to talk to Whit about those control panels and try to figure out the buttons and stuff. But whenever Cameron came around, she would leave and go talk to him instead.
Well, when she left to go talk to him instead, did you ever catch what the two of them would talk about?
They were pretty whispery, but I heard a few conversations.
Did you hear a conversation between the two of them in late August of 2012?
Yes. That was the time I was in the employee bathroom.
Why were you in the employee bathroom, Tyler?
Okay, so I had to do a little science experiment for class where I had to take the pH of every single bathroom at Rocker World. It was necessary.
Well, while you were in the bathroom then, what exactly did you hear?
I was in the bathroom stall, and then I heard voices. So I looked through the little crack in the stall door. It was Whit and Cameron.
When you saw them through the slat in the bathroom door, what were they saying?
Whit was talking about how the boss was on to them.
Well, did Cameron Poole reply when the defendant said that the boss was on to them?
Cameron got pretty angry. He started yelling, "I am not going to go down for this."
Objection to hearsay.
Who was the
Cameron Poole.
Cameron Poole?
Yes.
May I be heard?
You may.
Under Rule 801D2E, this is a statement made by a co-conspirator, Your Honor.
Can I respond to that, Your Honor?
You may.
That's what we're here to talk about today, whether or not they were co-conspirators. And at this point, it has not been established that Cameron Poole and Whit Bowman were conspirators at all. Therefore, it does not fall under 801D2E. It's not admissible.
If I may be heard further.
Go ahead.
Pursuant to case law that Mr. Lampert provided you with earlier, specifically State v. Owens, what it'll tell you... Oh, certainly, Your Honor.
Said State v. Owens?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, proceed.
What it's going to tell you is that we have until the end of the trial to prove that they were co-conspirators by a preponderance of the evidence. And what's more is that according to Rule 104B, these statements can be admitted conditionally under the pretense that we will lay this foundation later.
May I respond to that, Your Honor?
Yes.
State v. Owens also says that the proponent, the prosecution, they also may lay foundations before these statements are offered, Your Honor, before the jury. It's my contention that they need to lay foundation to prove the conspiracy before these statements are put in front of the jury, Your Honor.
Okay, just give me one moment.
Of course.
I'm going to sustain the objection. I believe defense is right. You can lay proper foundation to have these, and I don't believe these are laid yet, but you can get to the point by laying foundation.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
While the two of them were talking to each other, Tyler, did you see Miss Bowman do anything?
Yes. did something kind of like strange with her pocket. I could show you if that's okay.
Your Honor, at this time, does Ms. Harmon have permission to stand in front of the members of the jury and demonstrate what she saw the defendant doing?
Sure, you can step down.
Tyler, if you could stand right here for me and face the members of the jury. Do you think you could show us what Ms. Bowman was doing?
Yes. She said, I have a little insurance policy here for you. And she was patting something in her pocket.
Did you see what she was patting in her pocket?
She pulled it out after. It was a knife.
Did you see what she did with the knife?
Yes, after that, she took it out and she put it in one of the lockers in the bathroom. And she said, you know where it is if you need it.
Thank you so much, Tyler. You can retake your seat.
Okay.
Your Honor, at this time, may the record reflect that the witness imitated patting her pocket and subsequently pantomimed pulling an object out and placing it into a locker?
The record will reflect what the record will reflect.
Yes, Your Honor. Tyler, did you hear the two of them talk about anything else?
Yes. After that, they started talking about an emergency exit.
What was said about an emergency exit?
Whit was saying how they should be careful because it was going to be locked.
Well, you've been to Rocker World a couple of times, Tyler. Do you know if there are any emergency exits at the park?
I would say more than a couple, but I didn't know about it at that time, so I went out exploring and I did find one.
Where?
It's at the back of the Tunnel of Terror.
Tyler, do you remember if you were on the Tunnel of Terror ride a couple days later on August 30, 2012?
Yes, that was the day Officer Winnie got hurt.
Who's Officer Winnie?
He was a security guard at Rocker World. I miss seeing him around the park sometimes.
Tyler, we're going to have to talk about what happened to Officer Winston Thomas. Do you think you could walk the members of the jury through how August 30th started for you when you got on the Tunnel of Terror ride?
So, I got into the buggy and I strapped myself in nice and tight and I was ready to go. But then I heard this bang.
What happened after you heard that bang, Tyler?
I thought the ride was gonna stop going, but we just started off.
What did you do when the ride started moving into the tunnel?
I was pretty scared. I yelled back to the person in the booth, maybe you should stop the ride?
Tyler, who was operating the Tunnel of Terror on August 30th?
It was Whit. She wasn't at the hamster wheel like usual.
Well then, what happened? Did the ride stop?
No. Cameron came running in, and he was being chased by Officer Winnie.
What happened next?
It looked like they were headed straight for our buggy, and Cameron, he crossed right in front of our tracks.
What happened just after Cameron Poole crossed in front of the ride tracks?
That's when the lights went out.
Were you able to see anything when the lights went out?
There was a little beam of light at the end of the tunnel. It was Cameron slipping out that back emergency exit. It looked like it had been propped open.
Did you see what happened to Officer Thomas after Cameron Poole ran through that emergency exit door?
Our buggy crashed into something. This cracking sound. It was Officer Thomas. Officer Winnie was pushed and slammed into the back wall, and
Your Honor, at this time, we have no further